What's good, my family? It's your boy JU. Just wanted to give y'all a little message on this beautiful evening. This beautiful, what's today, Monday? Yeah, this beautiful Monday evening. Wanted to bring a little message to y'all about validation, man. We're gonna talk about validation for a little bit, man, because one thing that really changed my life was when I stopped seeking validation from other people, man. I feel like when we are moving through this world, moving through this life, the only validation we need is from ourselves and from our higher power, man. If it's outside of that, it's false, man. It's fleeting, man, because just like for example, if you're a rap artist or any type of like music star, you know, you're gonna look towards your fans to see what they want from you. But at the end of the day, it's up to you to decide which music you put out, because the fans are fleeting, man. They're one minute you're their favorite artist, the next minute some other artist is their favorite artist. So it's like, if you depend too much on what somebody else wants from you, then, you know, you're gonna be headed in the wrong direction most of the time. That's why I think it's important when we moving throughout this life for us to, you know, we validate ourselves, man. We need to validate ourselves and make sure that how we move is dependent upon our principles and our morals and what we want out of life, not what somebody else wants from us or what somebody else thinks is the best course of action for us, man. Because I don't know, to me, moving like that is kind of moving like a slave. Because if you're a slave to other people's thoughts, other people's feelings, man, you won't get fulfillment out of life. You won't. And my life started to really elevate when I stopped seeking validation from people. When I stopped worried about fitting in with certain people or certain people liking the things that I was doing, man. Those are the moments. Every time I reach a new level of like not seeking validation from whoever it is around me, I always, like, my progress kind of skyrockets. And it's because seeking that validation, moving off how other people think and feel, man, it's a limiting belief, man. It's definitely a limiting belief. It will have you, I don't know, it'll just have you moving in the wrong direction most of your life. A lot of people pleasers are the type to like really seek validation, and maybe it comes from, you know, how you grew up, maybe not feeling like you got enough love growing up or whatever, but you got to break out of that, man. You got to break out of that. If you want to be successful, sometimes you got to move to the beat of your own drum, man. Because I tell you, man, when I started meditating, when I started reading more, when I stopped being in the streets, when I stopped robbing people and doing stuff like that, like, yeah, people around me, they looked at me like I was weird. They looked at me like, yo, what's this guy doing? Like, why he making all these changes? Like, oh, he don't want to come do this with us no more? Oh, instead of smoke with us, he gonna sit in the room by himself and close his eyes and stuff like that. Like, you know, people are gonna look at you weird when you're not seeking validation, but it's okay because you know your plan, you know your path, man. You know what you got going on, man. You like, hey, you're on your way. And, you know, they ain't gonna get it now, but they'll get it later, man. So that's what's really on my mind today. Like, man, people just have to stop seeking validation from other people, man. Just do you, man. Do you. And I'm not saying, you know, you can't take criticism from people, like, especially if it's people that are in positions that where you want to be. Yeah, take advice, take criticism and stuff like that, but don't look towards these people for validation, man. You just shouldn't do it, man. It's something that it just holds a lot of people back. You know, if you got you might want to, like, if you got a mentor or somebody in your life that's actually really guiding you, then yeah, you might want to get them to, like, you know, check your steps and make sure you're going in the right way. But beyond that, like, asking for somebody else's approval, nah, man. You approve yourself, man. You and God, y'all make an agreement. Y'all come to decide the path that you want in life and how you want to live your life, and you move off that. You know, that's the only approval you need. You don't need nobody else, no societal constructs. You don't need anything to tell you the path that you need to be on, man. Because just think about it. Think about it if you didn't have all the influences, all the people telling you, yo, you need to do this, you need to do that. If you weren't worried about, oh, what's cool and what's not cool, like, I don't know, because I feel like if you weren't worried about all that stuff, you would be a lot farther along. You wouldn't be sitting on social media looking at other people's lives, comparing yourself to other people and things like that. You would be out doing stuff. You would be taking action. It's a weight lifted off your shoulder when you're not seeking validation from the masses, man. So I really hope whoever really needed that message heard that message and just, takes it in and, like stops and think about like their life and their actions and how other people's thoughts, the media, other things kind of influence them, or maybe think about steps that they didn't take because they were worried about validation, or steps that they did take that they knew were in the wrong direction. Like I did things as a kid that I knew I shouldn't have been doing, but because of me wanting to always be cool and me, wanting to make sure girls liked me and make sure I was like always that guy, always him, always seen as like the guy the other guys wanted to be. I didn't do certain things that I should have did, Even when it came down to choosing certain women, literally choosing certain women just because all the guys wanted that girl, and I knew I would get validation from being with that girl, whether it's in a relationship or sexually. I knew I would get validation from that, but whole time there was other girls that I may have actually liked better, but I knew that, these weren't, maybe she was a little smart, or she just wasn't like the cutest or something like that, but, she looked good to me, but I knew the masses of people wouldn't validate that decision. And, you miss out on things in life doing that stuff, man. So yeah, man, I don't want to hold y'all too long, but I hope y'all did get some value out that message. If you did, give your boy a like, share, in a comment, whatever you want to do. As always, love y'all. I'm out.